position. O agathos anthropos. And here's what you need to think. In Greek, if you have an article and a noun, you can pull them apart quite a long ways, in fact, and stick a bunch of words in between. But everything in between the article and the noun it modifies becomes definite by being stuck in between. Okay? So, the good man, we could say the big, strong, handsome man. Okay? And because we have the in front of big, strong, and handsome are all definite. The article makes them all definite. And the article's influence, so to speak, ends at the noun it modifies. So once you hit a noun after an article, that's the end of the article's influence. It can't make things definite beyond the noun. Okay, so it's kind of like two things that are attached by springs, a kind of a clamp. You pull them apart and you can clamp stuff in between them, but they don't affect things on either side of them. Okay, question?
So, on the top line, the good man, that agrees in determination because the good is modifying man?
That agrees in determination because the article O modifies both agathos and anthropos. It applies to everything after it up to the noun. So, two different ways of doing it. You can stick the adjective in between the article and the noun, or you can give the adjective its own article, o anthropos, o agathos, and then they're clearly both definite. Actually, the first way is the most common way. I checked it in Bible Works. It's the most common way in the New Testament, so that's why it's called the first attributive position.
Whenever a adjective agrees with the noun, may there be words in between the noun and the adjective if they both have an article?
So we're talking about the first position. Can there be other words in between the adjective and the noun?
I'm talking about the second position.
The second position. Yeah, sure, there can be other words in there.
Okay.
But it's not very common.
Okay. I was just going to kind of just comment to make sure I had this right. On the, with it being the first position, if you move the adjective outside of the springboard there, that's why you give it its own
Article.
To make
That's
it
right.
definite.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's not inside the noun and the article, then it's not definite. It's got to have its own article to make it definite. Okay? An attributive adjective may also, down here at the bottom of this page, may also modify an indefinite noun. Okay, so we've been working only with definite examples. Here's an indefinite example. I don't want to talk about the good man. I want to talk about a good man. You know, you're a good man, Charlie Brown. Okay? Sui agathos anthropos, Charlie Brown. Okay? Sui agathos anthropos or sui anthropos agathos. It doesn't matter which way you put them. They both agree in determination because man is indefinite, agathos is indefinite. Neither one has an article. Okay? So they agree in determination. They agree in gender, number, and case. But they're both indefinite, so we'll translate it as a good man. Question? Okay? Make sense? All right. Now, that was the attributive position. It agrees in gender, number, case, and determination. Always. Gender, number, case, and determination. 4 things. The predicate position agrees with the noun it modifies in gender, number, and case, but normally not in determination. Okay? As the handbook notes, the predicate adjective, the predicate position, the adjective is always indefinite. That is, it does not have an article. And it always agrees in gender, number, and case with the noun it modifies. Okay, so here's the example. Well, I guess I'm pointing out that agreement or disagreement in determination is the key difference between the predicate adjective and the attributive adjective. So, going back to the examples, agathos o anthropos agrees in gender, number, and case, but not in determination. It disagrees in determination. And we have to say usually, because how would you say a man is good? Well, you would have to remove the article and say agathos anthropos, which then could be translated a good man or a man is good. And you say, well, how do you know? Answer's context. You just have to get a feel for what's being said from the context.
Could you throw the agathos to the other side of anthropos without an article?
Yeah, it would still mean the man is good. O anthropos agathos? Yeah, the man is good. Matter of fact, most languages prefer to be as concise as possible. In English, we can't drop is and are out of our sentences. Okay, but Greek can. It can do it because it's got this thing called agreeing in determination. And that lets you know whether it's supposed to be attributive or predicate. Okay, and so Greeks will frequently not use the form of imi, esten or e or as men, just won't use it at all because you don't need it. You've already got this other indicator of what's going on. And page 26 is substantive adjectives. A substantive adjective does not modify a noun but functions as a noun itself. Okay. A classic example I like to use in English is there's the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay? The good, the bad, the ugly. Good, bad, and ugly are all adjectives. But by putting an article in front of it, I can make it a noun. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Or if you like Westerns, there's the quick and there's the dead. Okay? The quick and the dead. So in the same way, you can put an article in front of an adjective in Greek, o agathos, and say the good man, or e agathe, the good woman, or ta agatha, neuter plural, the good things. So Jesus says, o agathos anthropos ek vali ta agatha ek tes kardias. O agathos anthropos, the good man, ek vali, casts out, brings out, ta agatha, the good things, ek tes kardias, kardias. Yeah. So a good man brings out good things, ta agatha, out of his heart. And the chapter ends with the summary of positions, the attributive position, o agathos anthropos, or o anthropos o agathos. That would be the good man. Here's a good man, anthropos agathos, or agathos anthropos. Predicate positions, o anthropos agathos, agathos o anthropos. You're just swapping the location of the adjective. Or the indefinite, agathos anthropos, a man is good. Here o agathos, the good man, and agathos by itself, a good man. Yes?
I have a question. The predicate position is the same as the attributive?
When it's indefinite, that's right. So once again, it's context that determines.
Determine a or is good.
Yes.
Okay.
Key thing with the substantive is it almost always has the article. An indefinite substantive adjective is very rare. Okay, it's possible, and you could do that, but it's relatively rare. And that's the end of lesson 6. And you can check out the vocabulary help that I've recorded for you on the